Hello. Hello, hello. Welcome. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Beth Ann April, and I go live every Thursday to show you how to create something educational that we can either sell on Teachers Pay Teachers or Etsy or your own website. It is up to you. My dog is here sleeping. Well, she's awake now because I looked at her and she knows. But yeah, it is um, September 25th, and it is so close to October. And let me tell you, October is the greatest month of the year for a couple reasons. Oh, anyway, so um, first, let me first introduce myself. I'm Beth Ann Averill. I help people um, with templates for creating educational printables. I go through the template with you on live here. I create it with you on live, and then I give the template to membership um, people in my membership. So you can join my membership. I probably have the link somewhere. um, it's Beth Ann Averill com/membership. And if you want to log in, it's /login. And so we have all the templates for every time I can give you a template, I give it to you in the membership. If it's just like mostly clip art with some words on it, then I can't really give you a template, but I do show you how to do it like this. So there's that. But anyway, the reason why I love October is because it is Halloween and I love cute, not spooky. I love like my birds. I love lime green is my favorite color. Or as I like to call it, the inside of an avocado. That's my favorite green. But lime also. Do you remember back in like this is my phone. So like I love green. Do you remember back in like the 2000s when the iPhone came out or not iPhone, the iPod Nano came out? Yeah. And they had like they had the silver and I think they had red at that time because they had something going on for raising funds for AIDS, I think it was, or the Red Cross. I want to say it was AIDS though. And then they had the pink, blue, and green iPad Nanos, the little ones. iPod Nano, sorry. I keep saying iPad. I mean iPod Nano to play music. Yeah. That green, that green is my favorite green. But I settle gleefully with highlighter green. I like highlighter green. It's my favorite. I actually have like a whole bunch of like post-it notes and my birds and all things lead to, um, my love of um, this green. Uh, so anyway, I love that. So Halloween kind of loves that color as well. In addition to, orange and black, you also get purple and green. So I love that. My birthday is next month. It's actually a month from tomorrow. And last, but most certainly not least, um, I go to war with my neighbors every October and I have plans. And I'm confident that they're not going to see this. So I can tell you, they're like obsessed. They love my dog. Um, Anchovy is their favorite. They don't have a dog. They go to like Trader Joe's and they buy treats for my dog, right? And I got them, and all dogs. They love all dogs. My dog specifically because she lives next door, and it's very easy for them to access her. Um, but all dogs, they love all dogs. Um, and I got them. I got a sign, a no dogs allowed sign, that I'm gonna put on their yard. And it's funny because like it's like I feel like it's like the same level of offensiveness as if you vote for one person and someone puts the opposite person on your yard, puts the opposite like vote for, this person and you voted for this other person. I feel like it's the same level of offensive to them. Like that's how upset they'll be. But they'll be like happily upset because like this is what we all signed up for and this is what we agreed to. And it's really funny. I'm really excited about it. They're gonna be so it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good one. Last year, I live in a college town. Um, and everybody goes to the college games, right? So we took we got a flag for an opposing team and we put it up on their we put it up on their across their garage while they were at that game against that other team, and they're like a very big fans of our hometown. They came over, they're like, what? And it was just so delightful, like it just little things. Yeah, so it's really fun, and they decorate our house while we're sleeping. Oh my, they don't even stay up that late. But anyway, like they I think we were all awake last time when they did it, but they did like spider webs and they wrapped it around my car, and like I was like, I have to go to work, and they helped me take it apart. But it was very silly. And I think one time they took all of our decorations and like turned them around, like turned them backwards. So silly, ridiculous things that hurt no one but are hilarious. And so that is our plan for this year. We're gonna have to find something else too to put on their yard to be obnoxious. We just don't know what yet. So if you have any ideas, feel free to hit me up. But anyway, I just wanted to talk to let people get on if they want to come hang out and create with me. I always tell a little silly story before we start. But today we are making Apple matching cards because Apple is still on the search bar, and I can show you. I can show you what I'm talking about. All right, so we're gonna go to Teachers Pay Teachers. Let's get going. All right, here we go. Da da da. Okay. So if you go to Teachers Pay Teachers, and the reason that I love using Teachers Pay Teachers is because the search bar is so it's kind. It's so kind to us. So it'll tell you like what people are searching for right now and what, like things, of that nature. So we can find the search, we can find who, like what products people are searching for. We can find like, sorry, I got really distracted by that flexible seating because I was like, what could I use that for? Because that's awesome. Um, but anyway, I really like Teachers Pay Teachers to find keywords. These keywords that I find on Teachers Pay Teachers, sometimes generally I use them on my TPT products, but I will also use them in blog posts. And one of my best performing blog posts is a keyword I found on Teachers Pay Teachers. So just just use that, I guess. I like finding things that people search for on Teachers Pay Teachers because they are educational in nature, whereas like someplace like Google or Etsy, if you search disguise a pumpkin, for example, or something like that, um, you might get craft tutorials, you might get like actual physical things. You might get videos, you might get all sorts of things that aren't like educational printables. So what I love about Teachers Pay Teachers is they have that educational printable skew to all of their search. So it does make it a lot easier to find things, I feel like. And it's just lovely. I just love TPT. I just love TPT. So anyway, what you do is you go to search and you click and you will see what people are searching for right now. So right now, place value is still in the search. So if you don't have anything search value place value, I recommend making something because that's a few weeks in a row now that we've seen place value, and I know that this is like the great thing about TPT is that when you when something ends up in the search, it's going to be there every year. Like there's very few things that are not every year, right? So like there was the tutu the Tuesday the Tuesday, the it was like February 22nd. 2022, right? It was the 2 days. People still buy those products on February 22nd, even though it's February 22nd, not the 2022, you know? So, like, you're going to keep seeing things. You're going to keep seeing, um, they'll come back. Everything comes back. So anything you make now for fall or apples or place value, they will likely sell like nowish, but the biggest thing that you're going to see is next year they're going to sell well. So everything you make today is paying your future self is how I always like envision it in my brain. So it's okay to wait until the last minute is what I'm saying. Like don't hold on to something and be like, "Oh, I want to time the market." Like just put it up now and then next year you'll be like, "Ooh." Or you'll sell like an Apple product in like February and you'll be like, "Oh my gosh. I can't believe people are buying this right now." Like every time, certain things sell, I'm like, "Oh, why are they buying that now?" So, make the thing. Make the thing. Even if you feel like you're going to time out and you're not going to get it this year, there's always next year. All right. So, that being said, today I was looking at fall and apples because I don't know if you know this or not, but September is the month of the apple in Beth Ann Averill land. So we're making apple things. I was thinking today we would make apple matching because I was looking at apples. So if you type in Apple. It drops down other things that people are searching for right now, like Apple Life Cycle. Really feel like we should do that. We should work on that. We have a life cycle worksheet set in the membership. Maybe you could use that and make it. Apple's kindergarten, Apple's reading comprehension, Apple's on top. Don't do that because that's Dr. Seuss and so what I was going to do was Apple, and I found M, and I was like, I don't really want to do math, but I wonder if they have matching, huh? And so there's like alphabet matching, letter matching, and just matching in general. So we can look at match, and then we can look at matching. Yeah, alphabet matching. So what I was going to do was I was going to take, I don't know if you remember, Barefoot and Bilingual had these apples. Most recent. Uh, like these. They had these leaf puzzles, but I want to say they were apples. I want to say they had apples. Am I crazy? Do they not have apples? Oh, yeah, here he is. Okay. So I was thinking we could do something with this, either like this one or maybe this one. So I'm going to show you using this clip art. And then I'm also going to show you how to do it if you don't have this clip art and you just want like, if you just have another type of apple clip art. Okay, so we'll do this and then we will extract all, view. Okay, and then, okay, so, all right, so we open this up and they have like the freebie and the terms of use and everything. And they have the whole apple, which we'll use at another time. I'll use that one later. And then they have the stem. And then we also have the like 2-piece puzzles. Okay, so there's vertical and horizontal. I want to do vertical because in my brain I saw it as vertical. I kind of like the zigzag one, but I'm wondering if we should do zigzag or if we should just um if we should do zigzag or if we should just do the straight down. Because I'm fine with just the straight down, I think, for the means of this conversation. Okay. So, yeah. So we'll need this, and then we'll also need um, the leaf and stem. Okay, so I'll put that here. Whoops. And I'll put that here. And then I'll take all of that. Let me go grab this and delete. And then I'll put this over here. Okay, so we're going to use this for our thing. Also, if you're here, feel free to say hello. I think Facebook is going to be weird though. It's always weird. It's always like, I'm not going to show anybody saying hi to you. So, okay. There we go. Okay. So feel free to say hello if you're here because it's not going to show me. Of course not. Okay. But that's fine. That's fine. Facebook's going to be weird. Okay. So we have this and I'm just going to close this and then I will open up PowerPoint. I'm going to put this right here so that it's on both. Stop it. It's on both sides. Okay. And then I will, I have a lot of things open right now. So let's just grab one and then we'll go to file. There we go. Okay. Put this right here. So I'm working on the Feed Me bundle that I'm working on. And I opened them all. I told people that I was going to finish it today. So after Trendy Thursday, I will be working on that. You can watch my store and see if I actually list them. But that's the plan today is to list all my Thanksgiving ones. I listed all these ones yesterday. But we'll just start on a presentation. And then what I like to do is go to design and come over here to variants. And I change the colors to one of my sets of colors. I change the fonts to, I like this KA weekdays. And I think, what's the other one? It's like KA honeycomb. Honeycomb is the other one. And I like that. And it's free on TBT right now. So if you love that, then it's free. And I love that. All right. So I go to design. I change the variants. I change the slide size as well. Go to custom slide size. And then I change it to 8.5 by 11. And you don't have to type in any width or any things. Measurements, like you don't have to type in inches. It automatically does that. But if you wanted to do something like pixels, if you wanted to do 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels to get like a square, you can actually just type in 2000 px and it will automatically adjust to inches for you. So if you type in a different, I'm assuming that probably works for centimeters. Like if you're like that many centimeters, it'll tell you how many inches. So fun thing that TBT does. All right, or TBT. This is PowerPoint. But anyway, press OK. Maximum or ensure fit. There's nothing on the page, so it doesn't really matter. And then I always right click over here on the wings is what I call them. This beige. And I go to grids and guides. The grids are the ones that don't go off the page. And then these are guidelines that go off the page. I just put them in the center so I know where the 0 is, the center, the middle. And then you can also put a ruler right here. Okay, so there's all that. That's how we get to where we are today. Good morning, Karina. It's nice to see you. Okay, so what I would do on this. So, okay, a few things. We're going to do some things here. So we have, I want to do matching cards. So we can do like, I would rather do like quarter sheets, right? So let's do that. Let's go to insert a table 2x2. Oh, it didn't change my colors. Okay, go to design and then go to the colors that you want. Rude. And did it not change the font either? Because that one, whatever. Okay, so there we go. You can just drag it all the way up to the top corner and then the bottom corner is what I do. And then I hold Control and Shift and I just make it a little bit smaller, probably like to the 4. No, maybe a little further. Maybe like there. ish. That looks good. And then we'll go to table design and we'll change the under draw borders. I changed this from 1 point to 3 point, and the pen color is black. And then you just go to borders and all borders. There you go. And then the shading, I do white. Just so like if you grab it, it's a lot easier to grab it, the whole thing, when there is a background versus when there's not a background. All right. So there we go. So I was thinking, oh, I don't know how I want this to look. I haven't decided. So we could, hmm, maybe, I'm just thinking about this. I don't think I want it to be this way. I think I want it to be the other way. I think, so we'll go to design and go to slide size and do 8.5 by 11, or do 11 by 8.5. And then it doesn't matter because we're just going to change it. Okay. And then we're just going to take this and delete it. All right. So now we have an 8.5 by 11. Just gonna make a new one. It doesn't really matter. It's 2 by 2. Oh man, you know what's annoying is that it doesn't save my things. And then I like to go to design and make sure that it has the colors that I like, because I don't like those. I don't like seeing blue. I don't know. I like seeing red. All right. All right, and then we'll hold that Control Shift to have it keep its size and also like radiate instead of like if you just hit Shift and do this, then it'll attach to one side and close. What we want to do is we want it to go from the middle, so it'll go bigger and smaller by the middle instead of. I don't know how else to describe that. All right, so we have our 3-point black pen, do borders and then shading. There we go. All right, so that's what I think. That's better. That's better. All right. So we're going to grab this puzzle. Oops, let me show you. I'm going to grab this puzzle and drop it in. We could even do more than, we could do like 3, David. I don't know. Let me just. Let's just see. Let's just see what it would look like. Maybe it would look nice. I don't know. Do the whole thing. And then borders shading, and then make it a little bit smaller. I might like that more. I think that's a little bit too small though. Yeah, I think I like that more. And then you could be like A, and yeah, I think I like that more. Okay, so that's what we're doing. All right, so for this, we still want the, ooh, don't be weird. Gosh. This. I don't like it. Maybe it's fine though, because we'll have that. There. There you go. You could do that, for example. All right. So, and then I just grab everything and I group it so that it's easy to just duplicate and drop in the next one. And then we will we'll arrange, I'm gonna the bottom. And yeah, that looks good. All right, and then we'll duplicate this whole thing. There we go. Okay, and that's it. Like, then you add the letter and oopsies, duplicate it and put it over here. Make it bigger. And then honestly, you could do Century Gothic for this. Oh, I wouldn't. Okay, hold on. It's regular A. All right, so you want to make sure that they have two different A's like that. So you could do Century Gothic. What I like to do when I'm doing things like this is I like to check, like this. I like to have the A that I like, capital A and a lowercase a, because A is usually one of the letters that it'll either do it the way that you like or it'll do it like that, so it's one or the other. They're either going to work out nicely or it absolutely will not, and you're gonna easily figure that out if you have it both of them there at the same time. So what I would do is I would just go through and see, like, oh, I like this font, but oh, I don't like it like that. And then like this font, I like it, but it's all capital, so I would not use that. They're going to be matching letters like this, then you want to make sure that the letter makes sense. And you see this, it has the line at the bottom. That might be confusing for students. And like this is like crazy. Like that might be confusing for students. So make sure you find something that makes sense. This isn't how they typically write letters, how you want your students to write letters. So I would avoid those. Just like look for letters that, like, that one might work. That one might work better. No. School notebook. That one might work really good. Teacher notes might work really well. KG Red Hands is generally a really accepted font, so that's usually the one I go with. But you can take it to both sides so that it's absolutely in the middle and then center it. That is how I, in general, make it super easy. See, that is too far over. Okay. So you could do that, and then we can make it a little bit bigger so it's very easy for students to see. And then duplicate. And then just make sure it's on that center like that. Yeah, okay. And duplicate and bring it down here. Okay, and then undo these two, grab these two, and then duplicate and bring it over here. And then what you can do is you can grab all these, not the apples. Okay, and like arrange a line to the middle. And then these ones can be arranged and aligned to the middle. All right, and then there you go. So that's what you can do for start. And if you have a font, yes, A and G can sometimes be wonky in fonts. Oh, the number 9. Oh my gosh. I didn't even think about that. Yeah. That one gets wonky too. What does Century Gothic look? I haven't even thought about the number 9 with Century Gothic. Oh, come on, show it to me. Grab the whole thing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Look. Oh, nice. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't really looked at 9. I didn't even think about that, as though it gets a little weird. But yeah. So you're just going to go through and do the letters that you want if you're doing letters. If you're doing letter sounds, and you have a font that has dingbats, like I have this Lydia one. It has the letter sound, so it'd be like a little apple. That would make it easier for you to keep things together. You could do if you have a font that does that. I think who is it? This one I also have is like gosh, I can't remember the name of this person. Oh, Creative Clips. She has fonts that are different. Oh, they're not the letters though. There's some that are letters, but they're like doodle fonts. Um, right, but those aren't the right letter. So there's some that look good. Alphabet? No, I don't see any alphabet ones. Why did I not print this on both sides? I don't know. I will never know. Yeah, no, never mind. So I'm telling you Creative Clips, and I bought her like her bundle of doodle fonts, but I don't like that. Okay. Yeah, no. Nope, I don't. I don't recommend that for this. It would be good for like cryptograms. But this one, I have this Lydia font. I'm sure there's other fonts. Let's go to Teachers Pay Teachers and find one for you. Doodle font. Oops. Boop. This is the one I have. They are doodle fonts, but it's not like by letter. It's not by letter. So like this one might. Right. This one has doodles. Let's see. But like, yeah, they're not. They're a stinking adorable. um, but it's not by letter. Yeah. So there's some fonts. It's like Lydia font. This person I have. Let's see fonts. She's got a few Onyx fonts. I think this is the one I used or I purchased. Yes, it is. And it's $15. And these are by letter. So like I like it. I like it. That's what I use. You can use whatever you want. It's up to you. But that's what I would look for if I were trying to find this. If I was trying to find a font for this. That's fun. Builder font. Hmm. Um, this one looks like it has alphabet doodles. Yeah. So this one would be good. Um, maybe you have to look up like alphabet doodle font. There's that one. Font doodles. Yeah, this looks like, yeah. So something like that would be good. Apple cat cursive font. Ooh. Um, airplane. Zippity doo dah. But yeah, so there you go. That's an idea. Another thing you could do if you have the clip art, you can add the clip art. If you have shapes, you can put shapes. Or you could use if you go in if you go into the membership, I have a PowerPoint presentation that has all of the shapes. So like circle, oval, square, rectangle, all the fonts or all the shapes. You could do that. Honestly, there's literally no end to the amount of matching that you could do here. I'm showing you alphabet because I love that. Oh, how I miss. Good morning, Eliza. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, I miss TPT and these chats. I miss you too. I haven't seen you in a while. Um, so what do you have any questions? Anyone? We have about 20 minutes left, but this is basically what I was going to show you. Oh, and if you wanted, if you don't have these, let's pretend we don't have these. Okay, so we start off with the same thing. I wanted to show you with just the apple. What we could do, stop it. If you don't have, you can make this smaller. You can just put an apple right here, and then you can either, there's a few things you can do. You can make this clear. So instead of having a white shade, you can just come here and do no fill and then send this to the back. And then you could take you could take these and you could split them. And send it back. Oops, I forgot to actually do this. All right, so we'll take this whole thing, table design, no fill. There you go. And then you can put the letters on each side. A. Well, we could just grab these letters. You could do that. You could do it this way. That's one way. Another way, so we're just going to grab this guy, duplicate, put him in the front here. Another way is you could just make a line. And this is also good if you wanted to if you want to do like task cards like this and have it be the whole line instead of just a little bit, you can make this line, here we go, shape outline black, and then you can make it a little bit thicker. Let's just fix it though. We can make it dashes. You can make it 3 point, 6 point. You can make it huge. To you. And that would look like this. So that looks fun. That looks nice. If that's something that you're interested in. What else? That's one way to do it. Yeah. So it's a really easy idea. I guess is what I'm trying to say. So what I will do is I will make you guys a page of, I'll make you a page of each. I'll make you a page with just the things, with little placeholders and text boxes. I'll make this into a template for you and get it up into the membership. If you have any questions though, feel free to leave them below. We have a few extra minutes to chit chat. I'm going to take a drink of water. I hope you guys are having a good, easy time with back to school and it's not crazy. I feel like we've just been on crazy mode this whole season of our life because the kids are all in soccer. So like each letter should have a different shape of line. Oh, that's an idea too. I like that. So I think if I'm understanding what you're saying to have like one of them be the vertical, another or vertical straight, and then another one being like these guys, and then the next one being another shape, so that it's differentiated. Not differentiated. That's not the correct use of that word, but like so that they're all different. That's a fun idea, and then you could put them into like a sensory bin of the cutting line down the middle. Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that. I like that idea. So if you have this clip art, you could do that. If you don't have that clip art, you could just like take this line and do something funky with it. So like you can right click on it and you could edit. Nope, you can't. Hold on. We'll figure it out. Well, okay, here. So we have this. And then let's just grab this guy and duplicate and make another one. Let's put this one right here. And then what you could do, we'll put it a little bit higher. Boop. You can have a line. So instead of doing like this, you can have like a curved line, or you can have a freeform line. Freeform scribble, and you could be like, boop. Or if you don't want to be a maniac, another thing you could do is you could take these and you could make this like the same size as this. There's two ways to do this, friends. You could take this and then you could add like a circle, right? And you could make it like that-ish. I would align this to the middle. There you go. And then you just come over here and you merge shapes and you do union, right? There you go. And then you do the white shape fill, and the outline would be black with a weight of 3. Okay. And then you put that right here. And that could be your thing if you wanted to. And then you could just put this guy down here and this guy over here. Or you could make it smaller if you decide that you don't want something like that. You could make the shape smaller. If you don't want to get crazy, you could be like, okay, boop, make it a little guy. You could do that. You can make it a little smaller if you wanted, or you could make it zigzag. You could be really silly and make it zigzag with like triangles. You could do it with these. I don't know. I don't know how to do. I'm thinking in my brain. But you could do zigzags like this. Make them smaller though. So like you would take this whole thing and make it smaller. And then duplicate, for example. Or well, actually what I would probably do is make it a little bit longer. There you go. Boop, boop, boop. And arrange a line just at top. And then I would like, hold on, flip, I would flip them. And then I would, oops, push them in like this. And they actually need to be bigger. Hold on. Boop. And then this, I feel like this is like not the best way to do this. But what I would do is I'd grab all these and I would arrange a line to the right. And then I would go to shape format and I would combine. You can do that. And then if you're like, wow, Beth, this you can always just edit points and just delete these ones that you don't like. Not like that though. All right. So so you could do OA for Apple, and then that's a good idea. Okay, I have so many ideas with just this video that you've been on. I need to rebuy Microsoft 365 so I can use the generators again. Ooh, okay. I would be sad if they got rid of mine. I hear they're getting rid of this one that I'm using. It's like 2019 or something like that. But I keep getting this thing that's like, we're not going to support you guys anymore. It's like, okay, thanks. But I'm not on 365 yet, but I know the day will come when I have to, because who isn't going to a subscription model, you know? But we'll see. We'll see. All right. So that is what I have for you guys. If I missed a question, I'm really sorry. See, over here it doesn't say it at all, but it shows me 4 here. Um, so I cannot see all the questions because it's rude. Let's see. Yeah, it only shows me 4, no matter how I look at it. It's rude. That is rude. Okay. This is why I use Adobe, right? Yeah. Um, yeah. So, um, isn't Adobe a paid? Isn't Adobe a subscription? I'm like, I remember quitting. It only came out in 2012, CS16. Interesting. I was told I had to rebuy it because I had a 1-year subscription or something, or 3-year subscription. I don't know which I had. The reuse feature is no longer there. The reuse feature? What is the reuse feature? The reuse feature. It only came out in 2012. It was only came with the computer I bought. Yeah, that's the one I bought. CS6 came out in 2012, and it was the last one you didn't have to have a sub for. Oh, I see. It is a subscription, but I love it, says Kirsten. I love I had CS5. That's why I was confused about CS6. That sounds new. But I learned on CS5 and I love Photoshop. But I haven't had it since I was in college, which was in 2010, I think is when I had CS5, and I've had multiple computers since then. And I'm pretty sure you could like go back and like reuse the password or the whatever the verification thing. The reuse feature is no longer there for PowerPoint slides. Are you talking about reuse slides? Under new slides? That's not there for you? You want me to punch it? That'd be rude. I'd be upset about that if you don't have that. I would I would write an email to who Microsoft, I guess, because that's like my favorite thing. I guess if you could not use reuse slides, you could just go and open one of your things and just grabs the whole slide and copy. It's not as good. You're not going to be as happy with it, but paste it. You could do that. You need to do Illustrator and InDesign. It's so much fun. I haven't. I guess I used Illustrator like a very small amount. I haven't used InDesign at all. But I feel like it's similar to Microsoft, Creative Suite, because once you learn one, you can kind of do others. I know Photoshop. I know Lightroom because I was a photographer for quite some time. But I love PowerPoint. Or well, I love PowerPoint, but I really loved Photoshop for a really long time. 365, it is no longer there. Ah, you can write scripts so it builds your products for you. That's what you were doing. You were talking with us about, or you're talking to me about. I guess not everybody. Everyone's not in on that conversation, but Brian is very good at creating scripts so that he can have things make for him. I don't know, when you're sleeping. Does it do it while you're sleeping? I'm not sure, but he has things create products for him, and I did not believe that they would be good the first time he told me that. I was like, "Oh, that sounds like some, like 1997 Windows stuff, you know, you know." But they came out really good. He's been showing me the things that he's been creating, and they come out really nice. And because obviously it's the input of what you put in. Like he's not using, junk. But I it's a different way to create your products, and it's very efficient and very mm, there's sometimes some calibrations he has to do. You build a template and then the script fills in the template from your materials. I'm loving what AI can do. Right. It sounds like AI. Yeah, it does sound like AI, but it was like it's like the original. original AI, like before, you know, Jarvis and OpenAI and all that good stuff. But it's really cool to see how you can take an idea and be like, okay, this product would probably be really good for that. You just create the template and then you run the script to do all the different. You could probably do like all of the like letter sounds. You could probably have like a little apple for like, oh my gosh, it's such a good. Mm-hmm. It's just all based off JavaScript, so it's programming. It is Adobe Action Script. Interesting. AI script. Neat. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to let you guys go though. Phyllis, I think you should email Microsoft and tell them how offensive it is that they would get rid of that because it is something that you use every day. It is something that your mentor uses every day. Um, that's rude. That's a rude thing. I would be upset. I'd be upset about that. Getting rid of the, oh, that would all work. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I will let you guys go. Have a great rest of your day. I am going to go put this template up on the membership. And I believe I'm making a template for Phyllis this morning too, because there was something that wasn't in the membership. So email everyone about it when it's done. All right. Have a great rest of your day. I will see you on Tuesday with Pam. Have a good day. Bye.